time when the Israelites were at war with the Philistines. The two armies faced each other on opposing sides of a valley. Goliath, a giant of a man, standing over 9 feet tall, was a champion warrior of the Philistines. Every day he would come out and challenge the Israelites to fight him one-on-one. The challenge went unanswered for 40 days as none of the Israelites soldiers were brave enough to face him. David, the youngest son of Jesse, a shepherd, wasn't a soldier, but was sent by his father to bring food to his older brother who were fighting in the army. David arrived at the battlefield and heard Goliath's taunt. He was shocked that no one stepped up to fight him. Filled with faith in God, David volunteered to fight the giant. Despite his lack of experience in battle, King Saul, who was leading the Israelites, was initially skeptical of David's ability to face such a formidable opponent. But David convinced him by recounting how he protected his sheep from the lions and bears, attributing his success to God's help. So he volunteered, he was agreed to fight Goliath. He refused to wear Saul's armor as it was too heavy and cumbersome. Instead, he took only his sling and 5 smooth stones from the nearby stream. Goliath, seeing that David was just a young shepherd, mocked him, but David was unthreatened. He proclaimed that he came in the Lord. When the battle began, David used his sling to launch a stone, struck Goliath in the head, and the giant fell to the ground. The Philistine army came, their champion defeated, fled in fear, and the Israelites won the battle.
David and Goliath.
Many, many years ago, Israel had a big problem.
Really? What was it?
Their enemy came to attack them.
That is a big problem.
So, King Saul, the leader of Israel, sent out a messenger to ask for help throughout the land. The messenger passed by a town where a man named Jesse lived with his big, strong sons.
The Philistines are attacking, and King Saul needs brave and mighty men to fight.
Well, when Jesse's sons heard that, they said,
Brave and mighty? That's us!
So off they all went, all except for their little brother,
David, I take care of the sheep.
David was too young and too small to go to war. So, instead of fighting, David brought food to his brothers. One day, while he was visiting them, David saw a big, huge Philistine.
Was he one of the Philistines attacking Israel?
Yes, and his name was
Goliath. I'm the baddest, biggest, strongest guy around.
The Philistine leader said,
If your strongest man can beat our strongest man, we will be your slaves. But if our strongest man can beat your strongest man, you will be our slaves.
The Israelite soldiers were really scared. But someone had to fight Goliath.
Who's brave enough to fight?
I will.
You? You're just a kid!
God has helped me save our sheep from a lion and a bear. And God will help me save Israel from Goliath and the Philistines.
Well, it sounded,
Crazy!
but no one else volunteered. So, King Saul said,
All right, here, use my sword.
It's too heavy. I'll just use this.
A slingshot?
I use this slingshot to protect my sheep from lions and bears. And I'll use it to protect us from the Philistines.
Then David picked up 5 smooth stones and walked out onto the battlefield.
You were such a nice kid.
Israel announced that they were sending their champion out to meet Goliath. So the giant Philistine turned to meet him.
Where is he?
Right here.
You? I'm going to feed you to the birds.
Goliath! Goliath! Goliath!
David must have been so scared.
Maybe, but David trusted God and said,
This is God's battle.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is my spear.
You come at me with your big spear and strong armor, but I come with the power of my big, strong God.
And just then, David slung a stone through the air and it hit Goliath right
Between your eyes!
So Israel was safe.
And who did God use?
Not big, strong King Saul or his army.
Not Jesse's warrior sons.
It was David because he trusted God.
And when we trust God with everything, God can use us to do amazing things.
Even if we are small.
That's right.
Hey there, friends.
In that story about David and Goliath, Aubrey,
That God can use us to do big things.
yeah. Bella, yeah.
Hand.